My guess, because I didn't orchestrate that. And the funny thing for me is I didn't even know it was happening. Um, and prior to that, I was starting to help some friends in real estate sell their houses in the GTA and hooking them up with realtors out in Cape Breton because they all want it. The music business people, they see this opportunity. I can sell my house. I can go mortgage free. I'm not going to lose everything if I go to Cape Breton. Brian lives in Cape Breton. And so I all of a sudden had this longing to connect with Brian again. And I started reaching out to him again. And I realized I miss my friend. And I put all these posts online. I miss my friend, right? Like I miss my friend. And I post a picture of Brian. And then I get a call from Chris. We're doing a show with both guys. What are you talking about? Right. I'm like,
okay, before you go on, can we just acknowledge the power that you have, the wizardry of putting things out into the ether and they happen? Can we just acknowledge that?
Well, I think you do motivational speaking. It's a truth. It's a real life truth. But the truth is that you have to really mean it. It has to be like in your core. That's where, like, because they teach this a lot. I'm learning they teach this a lot in real estate too, right? Like self-actualize, put it out there.
Visualization.
Yeah, visualization. But I don't think any of that works if you don't believe it 1000%, right? Like, and so with Brian, I meant it, right? Like, I miss my friend. I love my friend. And then he shows up. But I'm not taking credit for it, but I did put it out in the universe. You're right. And it's happening now. And I don't know what the friction or anything like that is going to be because we haven't gotten together yet. But my guess is it's going to be fine. You know, there aren't really any egos. It's the thing I was really surprised with when I first started playing with Ed, when they got Ed back for shows about halfway through my time with the band, was how humble of a guy he is. He's this great, big, handsome, I can hide behind his biceps on stage. They're so amazing, right? He can do a couple push-ups before he goes on stage and all his muscles explode. Like, it's this beautiful guy that can sing amazing. But prior to a show, he'll say, does this shirt look okay? I don't know about this shirt, right? Like, you're like, oh my gosh, right? He's very humble and is really no ego. And Brian is such a down to earth East Coaster from Newfoundland kind of guy. It's like, I think it's just going to be really, really, really fun.
My best guess would be that, Edwin sings the songs for the first two albums, and then Brian sings the songs for the third and fourth album, and then they maybe save a few songs that they don't play from those four albums and then come together for like a mini set at the end where it's everybody. If that is my guess, but I have no idea.
I think that's a pretty good guess. It's not, like I said, I'm the hired gun in the band, so I don't make these decisions. It's the brothers, Chris and Jag, that do all of this. And I know they work with Ed a lot on it. Now that Brian's back, they're probably working with Brian a lot on it. And they work with the band's manager, Zeke Myers. He's like a huge idea guy. And I know that Zeke is kind of a glue. I imagine he had something to do with this whole thing. He definitely had a lot to do with Ed coming back. I think he was able to bring the brothers and Ed into a room together and realize they love each other, right? After all these years of friction, all they had to do is see each other's faces and be like, oh man, I miss you, man. Right? I think it'll be the same way playing together. And it's really exciting because it's something, I can't think of a time it's ever happened. Like it's something I wish Van Halen did. It's something I know they were talking about. They were talking about doing tours with Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth. And I always say that I Mother Earth is the Canadian Van Halen, where it's like this rare thing that happens where you get rid of a singer, get a new singer, and you're still out there doing it. And you're still making records and you're still selling shows. It doesn't matter you changed your singer. Like, that's like, what band can do that, right? Like, and it shows the strength of the band, that it's not only about the singer, I like it, but it's I think it's going to be awesome. And I think your evaluation of what's going to happen at the show is probably pretty spot on. I'm really hoping that everybody plays together. I think that'll be awesome. We had a show with, so it was a different percussion player originally on the very first My Mother Earth record on Dig. And then Danielle did everything else. And we did shows because this guy lives in Windsor, and we did shows with both percussion players on either side of the stage just because it made sense and it was fun. If it feels anything like that, holy cow.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be magic. I can't imagine it's not, because each guy is talented in a very unique way that's uniquely them. And Ed has asked to sing Brian songs. Like we played Summertime in the Void with Ed, and it's because Ed asked to do it.
That's nice.
Like, yeah. Do you think David Lee Roth will ever ask to sing a Sammy Hagar song? Right? Like, it tells you the difference in personalities, right? Like, it's just this guy that's like, it's a good song, I just want to sing it. Like, it has nothing to do with him. It's like, and he can sing it beautifully. So it'll be cool. And I know we all know that Brian can sing the Ed songs because he's already done it. So yeah, I don't know.
It'll be awesome.
I think it'll be interesting to see if we do any of those. I haven't had set lists come to me from Christian yet. I'm sure they're coming soon. But I'm really hoping that some of those newer releases they did in the last
3 new singles from
in the last couple of years they did with Brian. I hope we play those, because those, in my opinion, are some of the best I Mother Earth songs of all time. And they haven't had enough love yet. And I think we should play them. So I'm hoping we do that. I'm hoping we do Devil's Engine. It's so crazy.
What is it? Devil's Engine, Blossom, and there's one other new one, right?
Blossom is really cool. And then We Got the Love is super fun. We Got the Love we played that a lot. I feel like I could just jump in and play that again tomorrow. The other ones I have to work on.
What is?
And my favorite song is Songburst and Delirium. He asked that, right?
IME favorite song to play live.
That for me, it's Songburst and Delirium, and they don't play it very often. And it's because it's a entirely bass-driven song. For me, it's so fun. It's off of the Scenery and Fish record. It's right in the middle there somewhere. It's in 6/8 for the most part. There are bars of 5. There are bars of just straight up 4. But it's so heavily bass driven. That was actually when they asked me to first play with them, when I got that call from Chris after actualizing at the show. The song I learned perfectly was Songburst and Delirium, because it had always been my favorite I Mother Earth song. And I thought, today might be the only chance I get to ever play with these guys. They might kick me out of the room. And I want to play Songburst and Delirium. And so when they asked me, what do you want to play? That was the one. And my memory of that is jumping into it, and about 12 bars into the song, I remember Chris yelling out. It was just me and Chris and Jag. And I remember Chris yelling out, "Oh, go, Chuck, go. You're doing it, man. Woo!" And he's yelling. And I was like, awesome. Shit, this is working out, right? Like, it's happening. I'm playing the songs and they like the way it sounds, right? Like, so yeah, that's my one. And then there was one on, and the name of the song is escaping me. It's another weird 2 words title like that, and it's on the Quicksilver Meat Dream record. And it's a song the band never ever played live, and I bugged them and bugged them and bugged them and bugged them. It starts with a dialogue of somebody going, "Japanese women." The thing I like about I can't remember what the song's called, but that's how it starts. That's what precedes the song. I begged them to play that song. We got to play it. We got to play it. We got to play it. And we eventually played it. We played it once. So that's one of my favorites too.
My favorite is actually No Coma, which is,
oh yeah, cool.
That's awesome, that's probably my most played IME song, which is not, it's not ever, it's not you.
Yep.
You would think someone would say One More Astronaut, or Sunday, or oh God, Raspberry, or one of those. You know?
I didn't learn One
No
More
Coma
Astronaut.
has always been on my like best rock songs list.
That's awesome. I've played that. I've played every single I Mother Earth song at this point, but No Coma would have been likely, I don't remember exactly, but it was probably in the soft seat theater shows. Whenever we have like control over lights and sound, and where it's a dark room and
Got to
people are
build the
just-
mood, right?
Yeah, so well, that's when the slow songs like that come out, right?
Yeah.
What a cool song.
Yeah, that's awesome.